2023 was a big year for Pokemon Pharmacy because I bought a lot of stuff, and I'm beyond satisfied with the majority of the stuff that I bought.
Look, I hate to do it, but I will do it. I would give myself an A+. Is that enough? Can I go higher than that?
But of course, you can't always hit 100% of the time, and there's definitely a few things that I regret buying in 2023. These are my top 5 things that I regret buying in 2023. Let's talk about a recent pickup that I made, which was the Pokemon Classic collection. I did make a video unboxing that a couple months ago with Jenny. This makes my top 5 list, not because of the extremely high MSRP of $400, which definitely factors into this. If you're buying something for $400, then at least you know what you're kind of getting yourself into, and you've resolved yourself to spend a large amount of money to get a premium product. So no, it's not the fact that the MSRP was so high that this makes my list, but rather it's because of the quality of the actual product. This was the most expensive product that Pokemon Company ever made. So with that in mind, you expect Pokemon Company to really pay attention to details on something as premium as this, right? Well, if you guys watched my video where we did the unboxing of the Pokemon Classic collection, you guys will know that I was actually extremely disappointed because the quality of the cards that we received were not good whatsoever. My Charizard, which was the most expensive card in the entire collection, worth $100 right now on TCG Player, which is a quarter of the entire price, was extremely off-center. I mean, that was really disappointing considering that was the #1 card that I was looking forward to get, and my Blastoise didn't look that great either. And it wasn't just a couple of cards like Charizard and Blastoise that were off-centered. The entire fire deck was off-centered. If this was just a specific occurrence where quality control just failed on my specific box, then you know, whatever, maybe I got unlucky. But I've seen other people's classic collections and they look exactly the same as mine. Extremely off-centered with curved decks and small little chip damage on some of the cards. That is extremely disappointing to us Pokemon fans, and honestly a little borderline disrespectful considering that we're spending this much money.
I think I might just put a knife in it.
I think that's a really good idea.
See if it works. Oh yes, it goes in beautifully.
Now overall, I thought the idea of the classic collection was well done. Everything else seemed premium, but yeah, if you're gonna rush out this product and make mistakes like this, do not sell it for $400. By the way guys, if you like this kind of content, please subscribe down below. Our goal for 2024 is to get 10,000 subscribers, and drop a like for this awesome organization job that Jenny did. This was one of the biggest disappointments I had in 2023, and that is buying booster boxes from PokemonCenter.com. So I bought a few booster boxes from PokemonCenter.com earlier in the year, and not only did I pay full retail, which was around $160 US plus tax, close to $180, but to add insult to injury, the booster boxes that I ordered were damaged. My original intent was to keep these as a seal collection, and there was absolutely no chance of that happening when I opened my box, because there was literally no protection in the box whatsoever. It was literally a medium-sized box with a tiny little booster box inside. And yeah, my booster boxes came absolutely beat. Look at my Silver Tempest one that I got. This is huge rip right down the side, and the top is kind of damaged as well. There's no chance of me ever reselling this in the future for full price. And this Brilliant Stars booster box, the top is completely smashed in, especially this side right here. And there's even a few rips as well. When I contacted PokemonCenter.com customer service about a replacement, they offered absolutely no help whatsoever. Now I know some of you guys will say that PokemonCenter.com is strict about the returns on these due to how prevalent resealers are. And that's definitely true. However, I didn't even break the seal on these booster boxes. I feel like Pokemon is a big and smart enough company to implement rules and conditions or additional safeguards to prevent resealers from returning TCG products. Pokemon Company can put some kind of special seal or wrap that is way harder to replicate once broken, for example. They can also ban anyone that gets caught sending back resealed products. Nowadays, bans are really tough to get around. There's just a lot of ways that the Pokemon Company can stop people from returning sealed products, but at the same time, take returns from legitimate customers that have legitimate complaints. I learned my lesson the hard way that you gotta be extremely careful when ordering on PokemonCenter.com, especially when it comes to TCG products, because all TCG products are final orders and they will not help you no matter what, not even with the smallest issue. The second that you press that order button, you better make sure that everything is right. They can't even do a simple change such as changing the shipping address. It's extremely frustrating dealing with customer service from PokemonCenter.com. In the future, I'm going to try my best to avoid ordering TCG products from PokemonCenter.com unless I absolutely have to. And if I do, I'm going to try to order a case so that I get at least some kind of shipping protection. It's just absolutely mind-blowing to me that a multi-billion company like Pokemon do not know how to package their shipments. And even more frustrating is the fact that they really don't care about us as customers, and it feels like they just want our money. Because honestly, as a consumer, for me to ship this back to them in the exact condition that I got this in, and for them to send me back another one of these, it really doesn't cost them that much money. I mean, they're literally cardboard pieces of paper at the end of the day, and they're charging $160 for it. I just think the customer service at Pokemon Center is so whack. I definitely cannot put this in my personal collection now, and I paid over 50% of TCG player price. Literally a couple weeks later, they announced the reprint of Silver Tempest and Lost Origins, so that sent the price of those sets down even further. Hindsight is 2020, but I spent $180 on a ripped Silver Tempest booster box from PokemonCenter.com, and after the reprint, they were going for under $100.
In here. Okay, oh, you bunnies. You're so emotional.
And for that reason, this has been one of my biggest regrets of 2023. Now you might be asking Pokemon Pharmacy, hey, why do you have so many XY Steam Siege theme decks? And you know what? That's a very good question, and a question that I ask myself every day, and I still don't know the answer to. I'll give you guys the background story of how I ended up with these bricks. PokemonCenter.com do these ridiculous restocks from time to time, where super old products from Sun and Moon all the way up to even X and Y will suddenly restock with absolutely no warning for literally nanoseconds before they sell out. These restocks are so laughable that people even question whether or not this is a glitch, because it seems like absolutely nobody ever gets these except for bots. And even if you are successful, there's a high chance that your order gets cancelled or they screw up your order. There's a trending post on Twitter where somebody was actually successful in ordering a Sun and Moon booster box from PokemonCenter.com during a random restock, but they got sent a single booster pack instead. During one of these random restocks where things were selling out in nanoseconds and I got absolutely nothing, I saw these XY theme decks that were suddenly in stock. Now, I didn't know much about X and Y at the time, except for that Steam Siege was one of the weaker sets. Still, I figured at retail, you can't possibly go wrong, right? So I made the split decision to just buy these and worry about them later, because I was worried that the bots were going to scoop everything up. I guess I was actually successful in getting these for a reason, because these ended up being absolute bricks. I've listed these on eBay for around retail price, and I've sold absolutely zero. It's been well over half a year since I got these. Unless I start pricing these at maybe 60% of retail price, I feel like these are going to sit here for a long time. There's absolutely no demand for these, and every time I see these, a small piece of me dies inside. Moving on to the next product that I regret buying in 2023, and that's too many Pokemon Center ETBs. Now, I'm actually a big fan of Pokemon Center ETBs because you can get them for retail quite easily. All the Scarlet Violet era Pokemon Center ETBs have been available for at least a few days after announcement. The hardest one to get was probably 151. Even the Sword and Shield era Pokemon Center ETBs are still available on PokemonCenter.com. In general, as a sealed investment, I think these can only go up as time goes on. However, I will admit that they've gone up a lot slower than I thought they would. Most likely due to the fact that even though they're marketed as exclusive, they're really not as exclusive as I once thought they were. It seems like a lot of people have these Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs, and they printed these to the moon. A majority of these boxes over here are Pokemon Center ETBs, and yeah, I think I might have overdone it a little bit, and they're probably going to sit here for a long time. Now, I'm not too upset about these because at least they're in boxes, so they will be protected. And like I said before, I'm pretty confident the price of these will go up in the future. But yeah, I just feel like I could have used my money a little better because they're appreciating a little bit too slowly. And in hindsight, I'd rather have spent my money on something else, such as Sun and Moon or X and Y booster boxes. And if you have an individual Pokemon Center ETB, they're actually really annoying to take care of because they don't come in a box like these. So you're going to have to find a case for it, since your objective is probably to keep these sealed so that they'll rise in price. And that's probably going to take at least a couple years from what it looks like. For example, I have the Celebrations Pokemon Center ETB over there, and to find a case for this is pretty much impossible unless you're paying $20–25 for. And this Pokemon Center ETB itself is probably $100. So I'm not going to pay 25% of the value of this box just to keep it in good condition. That's a little too expensive. And if you guys don't know, this Pokemon Center ETB, as well as the Crown Zenith one over there and the Pokemon Go one over there, those are slightly bigger than your regular ETBs, so they don't even fit in my cases over there. These cases are from Target and they're easy to find. They usually cost around $5 to $10, and sometimes you can even find people selling them secondhand. I remember scooping up a few of these for maybe like $2 or $3. But yeah, they don't fit my Celebrations ETB, and they do not fit my Crown Zenith Pokemon Center ETB either, so I have to keep them outside and unprotected. And I think there's already a small little rip forming on my Crown Zenith Pokemon Center ETB. So yeah, if you're buying individual Pokemon Center ETBs, especially ones that are not normal size, they're extremely annoying to maintain. The thing with these Pokemon Center ETBs is that I realize people are really particular about condition. For example, if there's just a little tiny hole in the Pokemon Center ETB, then nobody wants it. Or you're probably going to have to sell for a loss. Now, the good thing about the Scarlet Violet era Pokemon Center ETBs is at least they come with a stamp promo, so internally the value is still there. But yeah, overall Pokemon Center ETBs, even from as far back as the Sword and Shield era, yeah, I don't see them going up in price anytime soon. Kind of self-explanatory, just a waste of money, very difficult to move. At the time, I got these at a very fair price, about 50% of eBay comp. So I thought at the very least I could make some quick cash, but I learned the hard way that this is not that easy. It's just too much work to list these, wait forever to sell them, just for marginal profit. I almost forgot they existed, to be completely honest with you. I guess there is a market for these somewhere if you know what you're doing, but for me, I just found this too time consuming and not rewarding enough because honestly, these are not slabs that I actually want. So I just don't really care about these. But comment down below, I want to know what you guys regret buying in 2023. Let's see if we have any similarities. This is Pokemon Pharmacy and we'll see you guys in the next video.